Hello everybody and welcome to Nekopara episode 1 anime review. Clearly we've entered the best timeline because Nekopara has an anime, and that's something I didn't think would ever happen. But here we are, timeline complete. Elon get to work on making this stuff real, and everything will be good. But so one thing I will say at the beginning, I hope you have some prior knowledge of this series, because the episode 1 did not ease you in. It kind of expected you to know who everyone was a little bit, just a little, just a tad. It did sort of explain some things, but for the most part, it was like, I hope you know why you're here. I know why you're here. I'm pretty sure everyone knows why you're here. And in this episode of I Can't Believe It's Not Hentai, we have Nekopara, which looks like it's not going to be lewd, really. It's going to be fluffy and cat-like. Feline is a good word. This first episode, for the most part, not a lot actually happened. It wasn't exactly putting its best foot forward. It was still enjoyable in a fluffy kind of way. But I feel like we're going to get the proper plot rolling next week, the plot, because that's why everyone's watching this. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be, well, it looks like, I'm fairly certain it's going to be original story, so that's going to keep me watching at least, if nothing else. Anyway, let's crack on with the episode, see what went down and everything. Let us do this. We open up with what I guess is like a trailer or a PV for the old La Soleil. It's Shigeru's explaining cat girls for a bit, which is, fair enough. Hey, here's the thing though, I'll know who everyone's name is from the beginning. That's good. I should say I have played I've read the visual novels and I've read them properly. And if you don't know what that means, you'll learn when you're older. But so we open up with that. Chocolate and Vanilla wake up. They have an alarm clock. They spend the next 3, 4, 5 minutes just goofing off. Vanilla wakes her up by like patting her and then grabs her boobs because that's what cats do, I guess. I don't know. They spent a lot of time being like, we're cats, that's what we do. And I'm like, is it? Is it really? Then we have breakfast time and everything, good stuff. We get flashback to when they hid in the boxes at the beginning of Volume 1 and all that. I'm not going to go too much over that because, it's old stuff, really. And then we see the others at the main house. We see Azuki cooking and Coconut staring at a rice cooker to make sure the rice cooker doesn't work because she can't cook. And then Shigeru helps her. That was pretty funny when she just started staring as well. I was like, you guys are good at this. Then we have Cinnamon needing to pee, and I was like, okay, good stuff. Because Maple was taking too long in the toilet. We've all been in Cinnamon's situation where you really need to pee and just you can't get in because it's like, please, I'm dying. Happens at work all the time. People just goofing off, and I'm like, come on. Not gonna burden you with my actual problems. Then there's 5 of them. There's Shigeru as well. They eat breakfast too. You see, I've gone through this quite quick because not a lot really happened. This was sort of the introductory phase where it was like, here's all the characters' names and their little quirks. More on that later. While that's going on, the others getting the shot ready. The others being Cashew and Chocovanni, Chocolate and Vanilla. I'm gonna shorten everyone's names. I'm not gonna do that. And then after that, Azuki hits Coconut while she's sleeping because a butterfly landed on her head, because that's a cat thing. Cats like chase butterflies and whoosh, paw at them. Sort of like that, you know what I mean? And they start kicking off and start nyarring at each other. And Maple and Cinnamon see her and are like, we gotta go. I'm not gonna get involved with that. We gotta go to work because I guess labor laws make it so cat girls can work. I don't know. I forget. I haven't played in a while is all I remember. It's been a while since I've played, but there's a whole thing for them to be recognized as people. They have to wear bells, which actually, you know what? We'll get to that. That's at the beginning of the next part, so we'll save it for then. So while they're riding the train to the La Soleil, some random stranger explains to her kids about bells in like a proper like tutorial moment. He's like, well, little Johnny, I actually think it was a little girl, but we'll call her Little Johnny anyway. Well, Little Johnny, if they wear bells, they must take a super hard test, and that means they're really smart, and that means they can go out by themselves and basically, be treated as people as opposed to pets, which, it was very exposition-y, and they were looking all proud of themselves while it was happening. But yeah, that was the thing. After that, Cinnamon and Maple, they're running late to the shop, so that's less than good. There's customers at the shop. Chocolate tries to eat some food from the customers, but then Vanilla like grabs her tail. Don't grab tails on any animal that's asking for trouble. Like apparently, like squirrels' tails, like they just pop off. Like if you pull it, it will just pop off. Like it's just like a thin thing of muscle. I have no evidence if that's true or not, because why on earth would I want to yank a tail off a squirrel? It's a bit harsh. Not going to do that. Uh, the others show up to take over for Chocolate and Vanilla. The others being Cinnamon and Maple. The other two, I guess, they get the day off because it's not that big of a shop. You don't need that many people working there, I guess. After work, Cashew says it doesn't matter if they're late, which I feel like that's a very interesting business strategy. It does matter if your employees are late, Cashew. If I was late to work a lot, I would get punished. So be a better manager, is I guess what I'm trying to say here. And then they left some tuna for them, so that's good. They don't have any ponzu though, whatever that is. So Chocola's like, I got this, and she goes to the shops to get some ponzu. She takes a shortcut where she does some parkour over some buildings, probably breaking a lot of laws like trespassing and just being a nuisance. She was on roofs, like I get it's because she's a cat, but like or a cat girl, but you know there are laws to consider here, Chocolate. You're as big as a person, so you will be treated as such. She finds a small child girl in just she's at the park, I think. She can't speak or doesn't speak. I don't know if she can speak. I'm willing to bet if you check the cast list and there's that character's listed. We don't get a name, did we? You get what I'm saying though. She probably has a voice. Chocolate goes to give her some chocolate because it's like her name. It's funny. And then she runs away. Why would you run away from snacks? And it was like proper like. And runs away. But she leaves it on the bench for her, like, alright, I'll just leave this in case she needs it. Meanwhile, Chocolate, goes back on her quest to get some ponzu. Is it called ponzu? It's ponzu. Meanwhile, Vanilla is staring at the tuna and is like, I just want to eat a little bit. And Cashew's like, no. We must wait till we're all together as a family, damn it. Then we go back to Chocolate. She returns to the park. The child's eaten the chocolate, so that's good. And then Chocolate gets home, and who's right behind her as she comes in the front door? Again, trespassing in someone's residence. It's that small child. She followed her home, which she was A, very stealthy, and B, very quick. So I guess she's a cat, and that sums up cats, stealthy and quick. And that was the end of the episode. As I said, I've sort of stretched out what I was talking about it because not too much honestly happened in the grand scheme of things. It was very introductory, but at the same time it expected you to know a lot. It didn't go full in like who all these people are, how they got here, what they all think of the Cashew, where we all know. I assume this is after the games, so we all know what's happened. The games, visual novels, it's a genre of game. I'm not going to have that argument, but yeah, we all know what happened, and if you don't know what happened, look it up, maybe. It seems like it doesn't seem like they're going to explain it all. So maybe look that up if you're not familiar. But yeah, as I said, that was the end of the episode. Like I said, not exactly the most enthralling start, but it is kind of still weird to see a Nekopara anime. If that makes, because it's Nekopara, it's kind of. I've known about Nekopara for ages, and it started as a joke. My friend was like, dare you to buy Nekopara? And I was like, you know what, friend? I'll take that bet. And now here we are. We're in the good timeline. There's an anime series. My voice just died. That's always good. Who's best cat girl? You know what? I'm not going to say mine yet. You'll have to tune in next week, unless I forget, to figure out who that is, or I'll say it. Let me know who your best cat girl is in the comments, because that's a good way to viewer interaction and things. I'm really mellow today, and I don't know why. I'm usually more active and more thrilled. But yeah, anyway, thank you everybody for watching this video. Check out the others and other videos and the main channel and all that other stuff I do. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Subscribe, comment, like, and all that other things, because YouTube likes it when you get more of them, and that'll only be a good thing. I'll see you next week for another episode of this, as I said, and bye guys.